What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, which I know about 65% of you are, well then make sure to subscribe to my channel. Helps me out a lot, helps me keep making these videos. Today we're going to talk about Bumble, stock ticker symbol BMBL. It recently IPO'd and it was a pretty hyped up stock. There was a lot of hype around it. It IPO'd at $43 a share. Now it's sitting right around $69.10 per share. So it's up about 50% almost from where it first IPO'd. And recently, there have been a lot of bullish ratings that's come out on the stock with pretty high price targets. And also they came out with the first earnings report as a publicly traded company, which were good as well. So first off, right now, analysts came out with a lot of positive ratings, a lot of really high ratings and price targets for stock ticker symbol BMBL. They're still a little cautious on the valuation, but right now, bullish ratings came out from Jefferies, Stifel, Cowen, and Citi, all of which gave Bumble a buy rating, which is good. Jeffrey says it's a premier women's brand set to draw a share of women's global spending power. And though it's scratching the surface with its global opportunity, it can deliver more than 20% revenue growth in the coming 5 years at EBITDA margins of 25% plus. They have a price target for it at about $80 per share, which implies a 20% upside from where it is right now. So that's a pretty high rating. That's pretty good. They're explaining how right now Bumble is predominantly in the US, not as much integrated overseas, and that's a huge opportunity for them. You got to remember, Bumble and the company Bumble, their stock isn't just the Bumble app. It also is made up of two different apps, one called Bumble and one called Badoo. So those are the two platforms where they generate most of their money from. And in their recent earnings report, it broke that down for us. So the Bumble app generated about $105.8 million, which was up 46% year over year. And Badoo app, which is their other one, generated $60 million in revenue, which was up 10.5% year over year. So Bumble is growing much, much faster than Badoo is. But they explained how the fourth quarter results for 2020 were actually really good. They surprised them. Revenues rose 31% to $165.6 million, and these were mainly driven by their Bumble app, which we know because that grew at a much faster rate than Badoo. The company, it had a net loss, and the net loss is increasing. So this, in the fourth quarter, the net loss was $26.1 million a year ago compared to $17.2 million net loss, and EBITDA of $44.1 million from a prior year of $21.9 million. So the EBITDA jumped up, and actually the net loss, was from $26.1 to $17.2 million. Finally, the CEO of the company, Whitney Wolfe, she came out and said that our significant increase in revenue and paying users is a direct result of our team's dedication and remarkable agility during a challenging pandemic. Looking ahead, we remain focused on driving scale, investing in our users, and expanding internationally. They've already started to do this. We saw a new feature come out the other day, which I mentioned on my podcast, on the podcast Clips channel, where I spoke about a new feature called Bumble Night, where it's promoting virtual dating, and it really separates Bumble from their competitors, let's say like Tinder, because the way it works is when users are on the Bumble app, they match with someone, they can go ahead and set up a virtual date beforehand where they play trivia games and other games on the app. And this is not what anyone else is doing in the space right now. So they're actually really innovating. In the space right now, they all have, the texting features, voice and video call features, but not these trivia games. So I'm sure other companies will add it, but right now Bumble is the first with it. And it's a really mission-driven platform based on, promoting women. And it's a woman's brand. So I think it has a lot of potential to continue to keep growing, even with everything that went on with the pandemic. I think that accelerated everything for the stock. It accelerated their revenues, accelerated user growth. And I think we're going to continue to see this be a dominant player in the space. The perception around Bumble versus other apps is much more positive. Bumble has a lot more positive sentiment around it than companies under the Match stock umbrella. So right now, at a $69 price, I think it still has a lot of upside. I think it has about, according to these analysts, they say it has about 20 to 30% upside from where it is right now in the short term. With the rate they're growing, I see it as being a major major stock over the next couple of years. I don't think we're going to see it go away. I think Bumble and online dating is going to continue to grow even after everything opens back up. So I don't think we're going to see anything wrong with that. But a couple price targets, a couple new features that have come out with the app, and some thoughts on their fourth quarter earnings. But that's all I got for you guys today. Quick little update for you. And don't forget, 65% of you watching are not subscribed. So if you aren't, please be sure to subscribe. It helps me out a lot. Don't forget to get your 4 free stocks, each valued up to $1,600 when you download the Webull investing app. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next episode.